I'm so happy to host it, finally.
Very good. So, Mataji, why don't you recite the
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanaatimirantasya Jnanajana Taksur Unmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Guruvei Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stapitam Ena Putale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam uh, Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Yutapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahaganam Lalita Sri Visakan Vitam Cha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपीसा गोपिका कंठ राधा कंठ नमस्तुते तप्त कंचना गौरंगी राधा वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुतदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंचकल्प तरुभ्य च कृपा सिंधुभ्य इव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Back to Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandar Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Mataji? Wonderful.
Thank
Wonderful
you, Prabhuji.
recitation, Mataji. Good.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Only if I may suggest few of the phrases like this is vancha.
Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha.
Yeah.
Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you.
And also, like for example, Hey Krishna, Gopesha Gopika Kanta.
Gopisha Gopika Kanta.
Yeah.
Gopisha Gopika Kanta. Hare
Not
Krishna Prabhuji.
Kanta. Yeah.
Kanta. Kanta Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Kanta.
Yeah.
Okay. Hare
Very
Krishna
good.
Prabhuji.
You're reciting this so nicely, Mataji. Very nice flow. Hari Bol.
Yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So, devotees, we read the last time, I believe we did 18 and 19. To my best knowledge, there was no other discussion last week because many of us were traveling and holidays and Christmas. Christmas is also a very auspicious occasion. The appearance of Jesus Christ. He also showed us how to love God. Srila Prabhupada always used to say, we have to respect Jesus Christ because he, who could take so much of difficulties like Bhakta Prahlad, right? So we have to be inspired and learn that how can we love God, Krishna, with such a purity. And that purity will give all the conviction and all the strength to deal with any unfavorable situation. So Krishna was saying in 18 and 19 that a devotee, we are already has established that devotional path is the best. It is very efficient, immediate, no prerequisite requirement is needed. Anybody can take it. A child can take it. A very elderly person can take it. There is no need of a particular place or situation or tools. Nothing is required. Yes, if you have a bead bag, it's good. But even if you don't have it, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that you can even chant with fingers. That's not recommended if you have the chanting bead. But the purpose, the main point here is that chanting there is no restriction at all, available to anyone, everyone, anywhere. So, but the question is that, okay, so we have this great opportunity, but are we really getting into the pure mode of Shuddha Bhakti? Srila Prabhupada has mentioned this in many lectures. Most of us are only devotees. By default, we are all devotees. That is our natural position. But many times we fall into the category of Ashuddha Bhakti or Jnana. Shuddha means complete, pure. Ashuddha means not, it's impure, not perfect. What is the problem there? That we get into speculations and kind of we create our own norms. Even devotees sometimes. I'm chanting 16 rounds. Let me do, randomly. There is no prescribed uh, dedication, or we don't even many times. I'm just talking about myself, devotees. I'm not talking about others. That our mind is not, when we are chanting each and Hare Krishna, are we really thinking about Krishna? Or there are so many thoughts in my mind, and we just finished this as a mechanical. Oh, I have completed 16 rounds. Even then, it is good. There is nothing wrong because we are only trying to connect with Krishna. But what Krishna is saying, that he is looking for something more. Obviously, this is Krishna consciousness works best when it is perfect, because we got our ultimate goal. We are going to associate with the top of the top elevated souls. Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura, Srila Prabhupada, Narottam Das Thakura, Bhakti Vinod Thakura. How are we going to go and interact with them in the spiritual platform? What is our qualification? What will we talk to them? After 2 minutes, people like me even cannot converse with such elevated people because my knowledge is very limited, impure. And my mind will think, can I ask him something about Tampa or my life, or that's it. Very limited. Our knowledge is limited. Our understanding is limited. So the Krishna is saying in 18 and 19 that can you be, he's giving the qualities of a good devotee. Can you be, are we equal to everyone? Equipoised in honor and dishonor? Are we able to take all the happiness, distress in the same way? Are we okay when somebody blames us or criticizes us? It doesn't happen. It's very difficult to take everything in a very equipoised manner. And are we always stay away contaminating association? The best thing is that are we able to remove the contamination from our mind? Forget about the association. Is there anything that is in our mind that needs to be pure? In my case, definitely a lot of things have to be pure. That is why we need the association blessings of Maharaj. I believe in the next few days, a very senior sannyasi will be visiting ISKCON Tampa. We got to seek their association. A very brief interaction with such pure devotees will remove all the anarthas from us, like Narada Muni. Anyone who came in contact with Narada Muni, they were elevated. Are we able to remain silent? Here, silent again does not mean just I'll keep quiet, not the physical, not the oral, not the verbal silence, but are we able to consciously, are we able to maintain a very well balanced and speak only when it is needed and it is efficient for the most people, and whether it is related to Krishna. Otherwise, most of the things we really don't have to talk. All the prajalpas and unwanted anarthas thing. What is the point in talking about that? So, and who is in fixed knowledge? This is very important. Prabhupada is giving this translation in many verses. Fixed knowledge all the time, thinking about satatam, mam anusmara idyacha, sarvesu kaleshu, mam anusmara idyacha. How do we get into all the time? Is it possible to think about Krishna all the time? I'm sure Baldev Prabhu always has got that answer for that. Prabhu, how do we think about Krishna all the time? Even when you...
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanapranam, all Vishnu Prabhu. Prabhuji, I cannot think actually all the time. So I don't have a good answer for that.
At least most time.
Not most time, Prabhuji. Also, sorry.
Devotees who can give their reflection how to think about Krishna most of the time. Subal Prabhuji, I see Bhashwati Mataji is there, Raghu Prabhu is there.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, very happy to see you. Prabhuji, yes, I heard one lecture of his, Her Grace Nitai Shabini Mataji. In one of her lecture, she was telling that in one of her school program, someone came not her school program, sorry. So she went somewhere and one badge, one person was displaying one badge saying that please remind me if I not smiling. So Mataji said immediately I was thinking and I was just implement that concept like please remind me if I forget Krishna. So that way she created a badge of saying if I forget Krishna, please remind me. So with that badge, everyone will say like if you forget Krishna, then the badge will tell you, okay, please remember Krishna. So she was telling that way. So that's why, like, I had to tell in my mind, engaging in his service, like in the morning when we do chanting, starts our day with chanting. And then morning puja, so we are remembering Krishna with chanting, and then doing puja at home. And after that at work it is very challenging to remember him, especially during the meeting and other tasks. It's hard, but whenever we should get a chance, we should remember him. As for example about in the phone, actually, Prabhuji, the gadgets, people says that the gadgets are not good, always looking at the phone, but in my opinion, like, I most of the time, if I forget, even when I check the WhatsApp messages, the Seva group, other groups, I check messages almost uh, every day, and they are all like Krishna related, right? So that way, that actually WhatsApp, Facebook also messages, reels, they also remind me when we serve. And if we serve like a particular subject, and those subjects will keep coming in Facebook, at least I noticed that. That's my very personal experience. I don't know about others, but that's what I noticed. Like reels, when I, as for example, Gaur Gopal Das Prabhuji's lecture, if hears his reels will come one after another, and Mayapur blog. So those things actually keep us remember Krishna. So, and then classes, but 24/7 we cannot. That's for the exalted devotees. But at least I had to try to remember him. But whole day is not possible, as I mentioned to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Maybe not sure whether it makes sense or Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Haribol, Haribol for the wonderful detailed reflection, Mataji. Yes, everything, the tools are not necessarily good or bad. If everything is utilized for Krishna, it automatically becomes very auspicious. Whether it is our vehicle, it is our iPhone, our house, whatever we do, our family, everything can be very, very auspicious if we all work together for Krishna, right? But it's little tough because of the material world. The mode of nature is not, it doesn't allow us. It's very, very powerful. But yeah, you're right. If you can somehow make a routine, make a process that at most times I'm able to think about Krishna, whether it is iPhone, you can even put an alert, think about Krishna, and it will beep, and your mind is somewhere else. Okay, or as you said, you can even watch YouTube video. There are so many elevated, eloquent preachers We have ISKCON has got so many numerous preachers who can motivate us, inspire us, right? So, but again, still all said and done, it's a very tough situation. So one time, a very wealthy devotee, he met Srila Prabhupada, and he used to say that, Swamiji, I want to surrender. I want to give up everything and surrender. So Srila Prabhupada, as we know, is a straight shooter, and he's only interested in our spiritual welfare. So one time, Srila Prabhupada said, do you even know what is surrendering mean? He said that, yes, surrendering means getting the blessings of Krishna. He said that, do you know what is blessings of Krishna? Then that person kept quiet. Srila Prabhupada said, blessings of Krishna mean he will take away all your friends and families. Karomi bandhu vichitam. So that person was shocked. And he said that not only that, after he has removed all your friends and families, he will take away your wealth also. And, it is said that that person said that, okay, Swamiji, I'll wait for surrendering, I'm not ready to do it immediately because we are not still there. We got a lot of still commitment. It's nothing bad. We have our family, we have to take care of it. But the point here is that how can we be convinced that everything will be taken care of by Krishna, by surrendering to him? He will take care of our family. He will take care of our all material needs. Everything will be taken care of. That's the main point of faith. The 100%, the Shuddha Bhakti, Krishna Prema is nothing that you are so convinced that you really don't care about anything else. What will I do for my next moment? Who will take care of me? Who will give me food, shelter? Think about all the Guru Maharajs. They all came from quite, well-to-do families. It's not that they had no other option. Many of the Guru Maharaj were in higher education. A lot of they could have done so many other things in life. They could have become very successful materially. But they knew what is success in life. The most successful, the most happiness is when we surrender to Krishna. Like Valmiki says, Lakshmi, Lakshmana, what is that? Lakshmana, Lakshmi Sampanno, something like that. Meaning, Lakshmana is endowed with this Lakshmi, which is the wealth, right? And what wealth did Lakshmana possess? He did not have anything. Lakshmana is one personality in the entire Ramayana. He never ruled any kingdom or even a small village. And he is a Kshatriya too, right? But why Valmiki is saying he is the wealthiest person? Because he had the opportunity to surrender and render services to Krishna, Lord Rama, all the time. In fact, Lakshmana is the only personality who was with the Lord Rama all the time. Lord Hanuman came later on. Mother Sita also came later on. But Lakshmana, from day one to the end of their Leela. So that's the quality of a devotee. So all our Guru Maharaj, they left everything. They didn't even think about who will take care of me. That is one of our biggest fear. Okay, if I take Krishna consciousness in a much more serious way, what will happen to my, position? Will I be able to survive? What will happen in my older age? Will there be somebody to take care of it? Believe me, devotees, I'm not that. I'm just saying whatever I'm hearing from senior devotees. Krishna takes care of the devotees, all of them. There are so many senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada now. Most of them are in their upper 70s. But Krishna is taking care of them very nicely. They're not struggling or suffering. There are so many temples they go and they provide service to Krishna. So devotees, with that, let us see the conclusion of chapter 12, which is very, very important. It is the essence of bhakti. So what is Krishna saying? Bhakti is everything. He's going to conclude with this verse. So, devotees, I see Dara Mataji is here. Would you like to recite Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. She's pulling it up. Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Ye tu dharmamritam idam yathoktam paryupasate shraddha mat parama bhaktaste tiva me priya. Hare
Very
Krishna.
nice, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay. Who else? Baldeswar Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Once again. Permission with Dhanupanam, all Vishal Prabhupada. 12:20. Jetu dharma mitamidam jathaktam paryupashate saddhana mat parama bhaktaste hativo me priya. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Very nice, Prabhuji. Devotees, one more.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I can read.
Sure.
Okay, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, go ahead. Shubhal Prabhu.
No, go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, devotees. Bhagavad Gita 12.20. Ye tu dharmamritam idam yathoktam prayupasate श्रद्धा धाना मत परमा भक्तस्ते तीव मे प्रियः. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Very nice, Mataji. Devotees, who can read the synonyms and translation? Maybe Subal Prabhu, right?
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees and now all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Yeah, sorry, yeah. A, those who, two, but, dharma of religion, amritam, nectar, idam, this, yata, as, uktam, said, paryupasate, completely engage, shraddhadana, with faith, mat parama, taking me, the Supreme Lord, as everything, bhakta, devotees, they, atvi, very, 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 me, too, priya, dear. Translation is by translated Vedanta. Swam Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Let's see the purport. Okay, I think it's not too long. Devotees, who can read the purport?
You want me to read?
Oh, sure, Prabhu. Please.
Purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. In this chapter, from verse 2 through the end, from Mayi Avashya Mano Ye Mam, fixing the mind on me, through Ye to Dharma Amritam Idam, this religion of eternal engagement. The Supreme Lord has explained the processes of transcendental service for approaching Him. Such processes are very dear to the Lord, and He accepts a person engaged in them. The question of who is better, one who is engaged in the path of impersonal Brahman or one who is engaged in the personal service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was raised by Arjuna. And the Lord replied to him so explicitly that there is no doubt that devotional service to the Personality of Godhead is the best of all uh, processes of spiritual realization. In other words, in this chapter, it is decided through good association one develops attachment for pure devotional service and thereby accepts a bona fide spiritual master, and from him begins to hear and chant and observe the regulative principles of devotional service with faith, attachment, and devotion, but thus become engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord. This path is recommended in this chapter. Therefore, there is no doubt that devotional service is the only absolute path for self-realization, for the attainment of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The impersonal conception of the Supreme Absolute Truth described in this chapter is recommended only up to the time when one surrenders himself for self-realization. In other words, as long as one does not have a chance to associate with a pure devotee, the impersonal conception may be beneficial. In the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, one works with fruitive results, meditates and cultivates knowledge to understand spirit and matter. This is necessary as long as one is not in the association of pure devotee. Fortunately, one develops directly a desire to engage in Krishna consciousness and pure devotional service. He does not need to undergo step-by-step improvements in spiritual realization. Devotional service, as described in the middle 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, is more congenial. One need not bother about materials to keep body and soul together because the grace of the Lord, everything is carried out automatically. Hare Krishna. So this last verse is a kind of summary because this chapter started out with that question from Arjuna whether after he saw the universal form in chapter 11, he was so bewildered, then he wanted to know whether praying to the impersonal form or the personal form, which is better. And without any hesitation, Krishna started telling him how bhakti is the only way. And he repeatedly emphasized that throughout this chapter, and not only through this chapter, even through other chapters. So, he has. So in addition, in addition to the bhakti has, and he has described how one has to do it, having a single-minded focus, being unequivocal, being not taking into it either the happiness or distress and so on. All these things, one has to remain completely even keel and focus single-minded only on Krishna to continue with the bhakti path. So, if one can do that, then he's a pure devotee, as you have been talking about. But there are some people who are not able to do that. Well, for one other thing, it says over here is that people in the path of bhakti, if they cannot get to that directly, then they should start by following the regulative principles under the guidance of a guru, and then thereby uh, 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 becoming more and more devotional oriented. Now, if one, for some reason or the other, if person is not in ISKCON, for instance, then Prabhupada says, okay, then maybe starting out as an impersonal is okay. But then that should not be the end goal, but to slowly come out of it. And with some, if you are fortunate enough to associate with a pure devotee, then you will be taken along the path of spiritual realization through devotional service. So those are some other things over here. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Very well explained, Prabhuji. You have almost summarized the chapter 12. Yeah, definitely. We see there is a very clear instruction, preference from Krishna that Bhakti Yoga, taking this devotional service is definitely the most efficient. It's the best path. But just taking that itself is not complete. That is why Krishna is also adding so many verses about how to do pure devotional service. I'm always, inspired by Srila Prabhupada's everything, even the smallest to the biggest. Srila Prabhupada was so far-sighted. Even the title ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. There are two very important phrases here. Krishna, obviously the Supreme Lord, and the consciousness. You should have the proper consciousness also. Otherwise, Srila Prabhupada would have just left it like that. International Society for Krishna. How about that? No, he said that you need to have the proper consciousness. Just saying Krishna and you don't have the proper consciousness may not also yield the perfection. And just having a good consciousness, but no Krishna, will also definitely will not be complete. It's good. Good consciousness is good. Talking about Krishna is good, but if you don't understand him, then you cannot really engage in pure devotional services. Like Pandavas, like Bhakta Prahlad, like all our acharyas. How they were so pure in their Bhakti Vinoda Thakura. Bhakti Vinoda Thakura was the first one to even write books and try to send it to the Western countries. Srila Prabhupada always used to say, I'm just carrying on what my Guru Maharaj and other previous acharyas have instructed. It's not that I'm doing something new. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur always used to say. Actually, I believe Bhakti Vinod Thakura's Krishna book was the first book to be sent to all the Western publishers. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur took it much more seriously. He always used to say, go and preach. Actually, if I'm right, he told Srila Prabhupada to go and preach in UK. Srila Prabhupada later on went to UK also. But Srila Prabhupada knew that USA was the leader, and even now it is the leader in many material platforms. USA is considered as the guide, standard for many things. So Srila Prabhupada knew that if Americans can pick this up, the entire world will follow them. Okay. That's what exactly happened. Srila Prabhupada came, he completely did a spiritual miracle leela. Several thousands of people became his disciple. And what we have seen in the last 60, 70 years is amazing. So many temples. And actually, I was about to go to a temple. I'm right now still in Chennai, a southern state in India, a city in India. There is another city called Salem, and that is being under the blessing of Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. He's considered to be one of the solid, purest Maharaj. All Maharajas are pure, but he is what is called a Puritan. Strictly follow what Srila Prabhupada said. No deviation. So he is building a temple. But I just came to know that still the main deities, Radha Krishna, they are still not ready. So I postponed. I decided not to go this time. Maybe next. It is supposed to happen any time now. But they have created a very nice temple with a lot of preaching center, and a lot of devotees are there taking care of. They are, preaching Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. I think it's almost like a few acres of land. When you get a chance, go and type ISKCON Salem, how they have built for the past few years. It is also considered it's going to be a very nice architectural structure also to inspire all the attendees and the visitors. And they're also building a school there. They're building guest house. So So many things are happening. Good things are happening. Again, the thing is here, it needs the pure devotional service. Bhaktivika Swami Maharaj is a Westerner. How he is able to do such a big project in a southern state, which is not very easy because of various reasons, cultural reason, language reason. But they're all doing it so successfully. How they are able to do it? Only because of their purity. Once if you're pure, Krishna will, he will shower you with all the strength, all the opportunity. That's what we need. And that is what we need in ISKCON Tampa also, very soon. What do you all think, Baldev Se Prabhu, Subal Prabhu? Right?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Yeah, we need a center also. We need a temple. Temple always inspires, because temple is the place of Krishna. Wherever you have installed deities in a temple, it becomes Vaikuntha. Srila Prabhupada said that you really, Mathura Vas, right? The 5 limbs, one of them is Mathura Vas. Sadhu Sangha, Bhagavata Shravana, Namakirtana. So this Mathura Vas, it's not that you have to visit Mathura and Vrindavan. If you can, it is good. But if you have a temple, if you can build one, that is the best for the congregation, for all the entire society. If not, try to visit the temples as much as you can, because that is where Krishna resides. That is where we can go and interact with Krishna. And we can also always interact with Krishna in our home, if our consciousness becomes pure. That's all about Krishna consciousness process. How do we surrender to Krishna? So devotees, the point here is that Krishna is giving a mixture of, yes, devotion is the best, but yet you have to become a pure devotee. It is like you join a medicine program. Very good. Everybody will say, wow, you are in the medical program, but you have to complete it, right? Unless you become an MD or whatever your PhD, whatever your field in that medicine. I'm just giving medicine as an example. But if you're not going to complete that, your journey is not complete. Not that you're a failure or anything like that. That's why Krishna is saying the next birth, if you're not able to fulfill, you will be provided with good opportunities. You'll be born in why you are born in a next birth is saying that you will be born in a very conducive family, because that will make it faster. He's giving credit for all whatever we have done it. But devotees, the best thing is that do it this time. Let's not wait for another opportunity. What we have now, how do we know we are going to get a better opportunity next time? We don't know this. Krishna has already blessed us with 3 blessings. The human body is a blessing because it has got the best opportunity to understand Krishna. The consciousness is perfectly known. Then we have the at least little taste for God consciousness. Our mind is saying, I really want to know more about Krishna, more about God. That's a good thing. That's a grace also. Without Krishna's grace, we won't have that. We would be doing so many other mundane things. And the third, if you get the blessings of the Guru. Now here the Guru, maybe an initiating Guru, or even the blessings of a senior devotees is very good. So we already have it. ISKCON Tampa, we are blessed to have something like ISKCON Tampa because we already have all these 3. We have a good association. We can get the blessings of Guru Maharaj, so many Guru Maharaj. Subal Prabhu might be knowing in the past, Prabhu, 5 years, how many Maharaj would have visited ISKCON Tampa? Many, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So what better opportunity than that? So devotees, let us take a couple more reflection, because this is an important chapter. Krishna has concluded that this is the best thing, but become perfect. That's also important. Let's not take this light That, oh, okay, I'm a part of ISKCON, I'm part of this, I'm following the regulative principles, I'm chanting. No, but are we chanting with that pure consciousness? Are we doing everything that we are supposed to do with pure Krishna consciousness? Every moment. So why don't we take some reflection devotees and let us see who else is there. Harini Mataji, anything you want to say about Krishna consciousness? What is your experience so far? Maybe Mataji is busy. Okay, who else can go? Bashwati Mataji, what is your experience so far about Krishna consciousness?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It's very nicely said about that whatever you have to do in this life very seriously. I have to take the Krishna consciousness very seriously, Prabhuji. Just casually doing will not help me in progress in bhakti, Prabhuji. So that's what I'm praying every day to Krishna, that give me bhakti, give me the taste of bhakti, which is very important, and chanting also. Like I need more focus on chanting, less distraction while I'm chanting. So many things comes in the mind while I'm chanting, and then again I'm telling my mind, no, you have to be here with Krishna's holy name, because Krishna is present when I'm chanting. That's that way, Prabhuji, I'm trying to. But yes, it's very important to have a seriousness in bhakti, because I don't know how many years I've lived. So time is very precious, very, very precious time. And we don't know what will happen in next life, because I don't know what I'm doing, good karma, bad karma. So everything I'll take with me in my next life. So that's why it's important. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. Devotees, don't think about any unfavorable situation. If you face some unfavorable situation, take it as a Krishna's arrangement. You should be very, it is easier said than done. When something not pleasant happens in our life, we think, why it's happening? But actually, it means that Krishna is testing you. He wants us to elevate. He wants us to purify, go to the next level. It's an examination for us. And Krishna is the examiner. How auspicious that would be, right? Krishna is personally intervening. He normally doesn't intervene in the material activities at all. Pandavas, they were the Maharathis. They had everything. In one fraction of moment, they lost everything. Honor and dishonor. In the last previous verses, Krishna is talking about how to deal with honor and dishonor. There is no other better example than Pandavas. Everything gone, not only gone, dishonored also. Their, most precious personality, Draupadi, was dishonored. In spite of having the five, the most powerful personality. They couldn't do anything, but they took it as a Krishna's arrangement, So these are all good inspiration episodes. Bhagavatam is episode after episode, how devotees have gone through very lot of struggles they have gone through. Parikshit Maharaj, So, but in Ramayana, Lord Rama tells us how to deal with unfavorable situation. So it is possible. Slowly, if we get, we have to follow the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, definitely. And we have a good format here. We read scriptures, we get association of other devotees, then we also do kirtans, think about Krishna. We have all the varieties, all the flavors. In the material platform also, there are so many varieties. Even from the food, we don't eat the same food every day. In Krishna consciousness also, there is variety, but it is So let us see, let us take maybe a couple more comments. And, Dara Mataji, you want to share something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm just actually listening, and taking mental notes. So it's, I don't know what I can add for senior devotees and very pure devotees like you. And I don't know what to say, Prabhuji.
People, you are doing a wonderful seva, Mataji. And I'm sure Krishna will. Sincerity is the best thing. Krishna is always, very pleased with. That's why he's saying Priya. His devotees are very, very dear to him because they are very simple. Krishna is a very simple personality. That's why he associated with the Brajavasis. But he can be extremely complicated also. Duryodhan could not understand Krishna because Duryodhan's mind was not pure. So it's very complex. So it depends on us. If you're simple like Brajavasis, Krishna is easily achievable. If you're complex like Duryodhana, we are not going to get Krishna at all because our mind is speculating so many things. There is no room for Krishna at all. If you're going to keep Krishna 1 out of 100, that is what we will get. We're going to get 1% of Krishna consciousness. If we keep 100 out of 100, the acharyas have done, we'll get 100% of Krishna. So there is little bit of hesitation in our part. I'm not talking about you devotees again. I'm talking loud about myself. It is not that we don't believe in Krishna, but we also have a lot of attachment. So far we have attachment, it's very difficult. We cannot do both. It's a parallel line. Right? Krishna consciousness one way, material platform one way. If we see Krishna in our material activities, it will become one, like a train. But if you're going to, your mind is, material activities are different, and your Krishna is on one side, you are on the other side. It's very difficult. We are not going to meet at all, right? So, Raghu Prabhu, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I think all of you have explained very well. One thing I'll add is that even if you're, it's important to keep up the practice every day because if we slacken, then that has its own problems. Next day, you say, okay, I'm going to make up next day or next day and so on. And that doesn't happen because some material problem will always intervene. So the practice may be imperfect, but its important thing is to keep up with the practice of chanting and anything else. And that slowly kind of reinforces. That's the way I feel because there are several days that can come when you're not well or there's something else which intervenes. So in spite of that, you have to keep doing your best every day. Thank you, Boy.
Very good, yes. Prabhuji and Mataji, I don't think anyone would have faced more obstacles than Srila Prabhupada himself. Obstacle from family. His family was not very supportive of his Krishna consciousness. And later on, when he took sannyasa and came here, the first many months was very, very challenging. So facing obstacle, we can learn from Srila Prabhupada himself with his age and landing in a very new place with new culture, new language, new everything, right? No ISKCON temple. Where is Prabhupada going to go? Who will he talk? Who will support him? And who will understand Krishna? Who will understand Sanskrit? Bhagavatam, who will understand? Definitely I cannot even read many of the verses properly even. So Srila Prabhupada has gone through everything, but one thing he had complete faith in Krishna and sincerity. That's it. Shraddha. The Shraddha is very important, devotee. Pure Shraddha, no give and take. That since I am here in India and I visit India almost every year, there is a lot of Shraddha devotees, but pure Krishna Prema, that is what is Krishna talking about. Here we might have seen in India, there is a temple, every other street, there may be some, it is diminishing though. But people, when even they are riding a two-wheeler, they will stop for a moment. They will do dandavats or pranam. They will pray for a second, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. They will do it. That is also Shraddha, because they got to take care of so many other things. He's just riding a bicycle. He'll stop for a moment. He will pray and then go. That is that. But if you can develop that, that is what is the main thing. So it doesn't matter whether you're doing it for 5 minutes or throughout your day. The thing is that how pure, how sincere, how surrendered you are, your consciousness. So devotees, we are almost getting close to our timeline, but we take, would Subal Prabhuji would like to say something.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji then. Yes, Prabhuji wonderfully explained by all devotees and especially by you. I think our main goal, should be Krishna consciousness, how to surround our life among Krishna conscious activities, especially association of devotees. And, sometimes for me, Prabhuji, it is very difficult for me to concentrate and, of course, I do my japa in the morning before, sunrise, but by quality, not satisfied. So that's why I try to, as much as possible, have the association of devotees and try to regularly chant and then attend these classes. So Krishna says, completely engage themselves with faith. And so this way we can get our devotional service like A, B, C, D, simply, association of devotees, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, chanting, and, spending as much quality time in Krishna consciousness will definitely lead us. Prabhuji, that's my understanding. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very good, very nice, Prabhu. But if you're feeling, if you're saying it's a challenge, then what will happen to people like me, Prabhu? You cannot have challenge. You are everywhere, book distribution, all the other activities. But devotees, yeah, let us cultivate this wonderful, this is the path. I think I'm sure everyone in this group at this moment, we have come to a conclusion that Krishna consciousness is the best path. There is no, right now, there is no even point in discussing too much about is there any other option or not. The point here now should be how I can advance. How can I keep growing? How can I become a good, pure devotee that Krishna wants? That should be our goal. So let us do that. Very briefly, devotees, there are so many wonderful devotees in southern part of India. There is one very nice temple called Sri Parthasarathi Temple. Here, it's a very unique Krishna temple, very unique. There are 108 Divya Desa temples of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna in southern part of India, 108. And many people consider that by visiting those 108 temples, it's a good way of elevation in your spiritual life. So this particular temple, Krishna is with a mustache. This is the only temple where Krishna is as a mustache. In all other temples, you would find the Murti is, obviously the Shama Sundara playing the flute and Srimati Radharani or Rukmani. But here, that is because it is said that the Pandavas came here and they did some penance before the war. And with that backdrop, Krishna appeared to them as a Kshatriya with the mustache. And at this particular few days, yesterday I went to the temple. I could not get I was able to see the darshan from a very far away. There were like thousands of people, devotees. I couldn't enter the main temple room. It was not possible at all. Because there were like, I would say easily about a few hundred people standing in line. It would have taken me a few hours to even enter the temple. But anyhow, I was fortunate enough to get a glimpse of Krishna's face at least. So there is Shraddha everywhere. People are all, people who are standing in that line, I would definitely consider them as with a lot of bhakti. They could have done something else, but at least they took that opportunity to engage in Krishna consciousness. But we have some additional tools. We have this format of chanting, reading scriptures, kirtans, having prasadam, some amazing, the best of the best combination we have. So we should avail this opportunity. We don't have any excuse because we know that this is what we need to do. So with that, devotees, have a wonderful Krishna consciousness weekend. I believe tomorrow is going to be another wonderful event hosted by our dear Baldev Sir Prabhuji. Prabhuji, are you in a position to tell us what is the menu?
No, Prabhuji, we're going to miss you very much. So
It's a secret. Yeah, you already Subal Prabhu has said it's a secret. No, you will come to know only tomorrow.
Not too many things, Prabhuji, but we are going to badly miss you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful event, Prabhu. I'm sure everything will work out the best. And have a wonderful picnic tomorrow. Then I believe there is another Kirtan program, New Year's Kirtan program. Amazing, Prabhujis. And Maharaj coming, Bhakti Maharaj coming. Wonderful. So what I always feel, there is really no excuse for us. Oh, I'm not getting this. ISKCON Temple, we are getting everything. We have the association, we have the congregation, so many Guru Maharajs are coming. One thing I really missed in my Kansas City kind of experience for many, many years, Guru Maharaj was there most of the time, but he used to travel also. But I never had the opportunity to interact with many other visiting Maharajs. Because the Kansas City was in the heart of the country, Midwest, and not too many people would travel to Kansas City alone. They would come up to Chicago or Dallas, and Kansas City is in between Chicago and Dallas. So in ISKCON Temple, we have that opportunity. Every now and then there is a very senior sannyasi, GBC leader there. We are already constantly under the guidance of GBC leadership. Alashwa Temple is there. So honestly, no excuses, but I have a lot of excuses, devotees. Please forgive me for my shortcoming. But have a wonderful Krishna consciousness weekend. We'll stay in touch. We'll see you all on Monday. Any final comments or thoughts? Okay. If not, we shall conclude here, devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhischa kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. ISKCON Temple Sankirtana ki jai. ISKCON Temple Bhagavad Gita study ki jai. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. All goes to this assembled devotees.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.